Hey guys, hope everyone's doing great. So I just wanted to talk about oil today because it dropped a lot again, unfortunately, as you can see. And I'm just a huge bull on oil. It's really it's I'm mad it's dropped so much, to be honest. I know it's just because of recession fears, but even in a recession, I think we can have 80, 90, maybe even $100 oil because we just have such a supply problem. It's really just we don't have any supply available to come online in North America. There's no spare capacity. The refineries are at 95% capacity. And I seen some of the like energy corporation or some organization that in the States sent a letter to Biden saying that they are at full capacity for refineries and they have half of them online because they're transitioning them to green or renewable energy facilities instead of oil. So, but anyways, you can see oil's down a lot here. In my mind, it's a huge buying opportunity. I would be buying it. I am. It's a no-brainer to me. I really hope it doesn't break $100 because that's super psychological level. If it breaks 100, we might be in a little bit of trouble, but I think we can hopefully bounce right up. To me, it's really just so dumb that we're down this much, especially recently. We were up at 120. Now all of a sudden we're down at $100. Just it's so stupid to me. I know it's a recession fears and everything, and the Atlanta GDP Fed numbers kind of started that last week, the negative quarter for May, and we'll see for June here, but it's probably going to be negative, and the US would technically be in a recession according to the Atlanta Fed GDP numbers. But anyways, we'll look at the technicals here. I believe, yeah, it fell below the 50-day moving average, unfortunately, which was a big deal somewhat. We're still above the 100-day and all that, but the 50-day was a big deal. And unfortunately, we lost that. The next level was really obviously 100. If we break that, I probably had 90. I don't know, but hopefully we don't break 100. Otherwise, that's going to kind of suck. We should realistically just bounce back up. I don't like. There's no real like you'd think something had fundamentally changed, but nothing has except recession fears. Just there is going to be one, but it's not going to affect demand that much first, and because this it will affect demand, but not a whole lot. And we also just have like such a supply problem, and you could argue that, well, it really depends if we're going to go into a deep recession or not, if how much it's going to affect demand. But still, it's just in my mind, we can have like $100 a barrel oil in a recession. Still, it's possible. 80 or 90 is realistic, but you know. So look at the XLE. It started off much lower today, but it's climbing back up. So that's nice. Obviously, people are just, well, it's a great buying opportunity. I would, buy it, buy it, buy it. Look at where have we been here in the past? Yeah, look. And then all of a sudden, ever since oil kind of started dropping and we lost all that, and we had a 5% up day in the XLE yesterday, and now we're back down. But I would be buying. We're absolutely, in my mind, we're guaranteed to go back up here and make new highs from here. Like it's just a no-brainer. The price of oil is here to stay. Nothing is going to change. If we look at Exxon here, down a lot more, but now it's rallying as well. It's can't go wrong with Exxon at all. Look at that, a nice 4% dividend. Still at 15 PE. That's well below. That's below average. And then this is someone I really like. I'm up in Canada here, so I like to follow him. But you can have a look at what he's saying here. And this is exactly what I'm trying to say here. It's economics 101. We don't have we don't have, there's no supply. And yeah, and you can see exactly. Anyways, if we look at Suncor today, it's down 5. It was down 6. For some reason today, the Canadian energy stocks and the TSX as a whole is just underperforming S&P generally, well, the first somewhat half of the year, and then even the fourth quarter of 2021, we were outperforming the S&P. The TSX was interesting, but now it's kind of the opposite. I'm not sure why. It kind of sucks, but it's whatever. It's just because I'm based up in Canada here, so. But I just follow the U.S. markets very closely. If we look at Crescent, see it's down, what was 6% here, unfortunately. I love Crescent Point Energy, and my look at the look at the PE. They have they're gonna will achieve their debt target in Q3, and I think they're gonna be announcing for their capital plan in the coming somewhat months here. But already they have a nice dividend, and they're all gonna really focus on capital return to shareholders. You really, in my mind, it's just you really can't go wrong in energy if you want to just pick up the ETF, the XLE, or the Canadian one. I think I've shown it before. And then today, if we look at Obsidian, this is another company, but I really like. They are doing a lot of drilling right now. They're not so much focused on, well, they are definitely, focused on return to shareholders, but they started in about October of 2021. They really started drilling, and they're continuing that. They recently announced, you can see here, Baytalk, yeah, you can see kind of what they're doing here, but they increased their capital plan to make more drills for 2022 here. So in my mind, I really like this company because if the price of oil holds to, well, I think it's definitely going to be at $100, a barrel at the end of 2020, at the end of 2022, and they have all these drills going in now. That's, it's going to really pay off. And not only at the end of 2022, I think 2023, we're just going to be like, $90 a barrel oil, maybe somewhere around that range. And that's, it's lower from the 120 we were just at, but that's so much money. Like the oil companies are making, it's just coming out of their ears, literally. So oil is just the absolute place to be, and they are still, like I've been saying, they're still scarred from the pandemic. I've talked to a lot of oil companies, and they are all scarred from the pandemic oil prices, and as well as kind of the past 10 years and all this ESG stuff, and environmental, and all the climate people on them and whatnot. So they're still, they're not really, a lot of them, some of them are not really, a lot of them are not really drilling. It really depends company to company, but they're all super focused on return to shareholders as soon as they're done paying off all these debt targets, which will be rolling off. A lot of them pretty much by the end of the year here, a lot of them will be achieve their debt targets, and you'll see just a huge, like all 2022 year, you're going to see a huge flood of dividends and buyback announcements from all these oil companies. It's really the place to be in my mind. It's the only place to be for 2022 in the stock market. It's going to be the only bull market. Obviously, it already obviously is, but it's really the place to be. I'm hesitant to even touch any equities right now, even with the S&P at, what is it at right now here? Yeah. Oh, we're up today. I think Chairman Powell is speaking right now, actually. But anyways, I just wanted to do a quick little video on energy there. So I hope everyone's doing great, and have a great day, guys.